King Charles stood in the grand halls of Buckingham Palace, his face pale, hands trembling. Whispers echoed through the royal corridors. Queen Camilla, his wife of 20 years, had crossed a line. Her actions, bold and defiant, were tearing their marriage apart. Was this the final straw that pushed the king to consider divorce? Stay tuned as we uncover the shocking details behind Camilla's alleged disrespect and the chaos threatening the crown. Let's dive into the heart of this royal drama. It's April 2025, and the British monarchy is under scrutiny like never before. King Charles III, now 76, has faced a turbulent reign. His cancer diagnosis, a slimmed-down monarchy, and constant pressure to modernize. Yet, nothing has shaken the palace walls more than the rumors swirling around his marriage to Queen Camilla. For weeks, tabloids and social media have buzzed with claims of her disrespectful behavior. But what exactly did she do? And why? Is the word divorce suddenly on everyone's lips? To understand this, we need to rewind. Charles and Camilla's love story spans over 5 decades, a saga of passion, scandal, and redemption. They met in the 1970s, 2 young souls drawn together at a polo match. Their chemistry was undeniable, but fate and royal duty pulled them apart. Charles married Princess Diana, and Camilla wed Andrew Parker Bowles. Yet, their connection never faded. By the 1990s, their affair was front-page news, tarnishing Charles's image and fueling public outrage after Diana's tragic death in 1997. Fast forward to 2005. Charles and Camilla tied the knot in a modest civil ceremony, defying critics who doubted their union. Over time, Camilla won over skeptics, stepping into her role as Duchess of Cornwall, then Queen Consort after Queen Elizabeth II's passing in 2022. By 2023, she was crowned alongside Charles, a symbol of their enduring bond. Their 20th anniversary, in April 2025, celebrated during a state visit to Italy, seemed to cement their partnership. Romantic photos, a meeting with Pope Francis, and a state banquet painted a picture of unity. So, where did it all go wrong? The cracks began to show in late 2024, according to palace insiders. Charles, still undergoing cancer treatment, leaned heavily on Camilla for support. She took on more public duties, charming crowds with her warmth and wit. But behind closed doors, tensions simmered. Sources claim Camilla grew frustrated with Charles's relentless work ethic. At 77, she longed for a quieter life, perhaps retreating to her Wiltshire home, Ray Mill. Charles, however, refused to slow down, driven by a sense of duty and a desire to secure his legacy. This clash of priorities sparked heated arguments. One incident, whispered about in royal circles, allegedly took place at Clarence House in January 2025. Camilla, exasperated, reportedly told Charles to stop acting like a martyr during a discussion about his schedule. The comment stung. Charles, already frail from treatment, felt undermined. To him, duty was everything: his mother's legacy, the monarchy's survival. Camilla's words, though perhaps meant in jest, were seen as a jab at his core values. Publicly, Camilla's behavior raised eyebrows too. During a charity event in February 2025, she was caught on camera rolling her eyes as Charles spoke about environmental reforms. The clip went viral, with social media users calling it disrespectful and embarrassing for the king. Some defended her, saying it was a playful gesture, but others saw it as a sign of deeper issues. Then came the Italy trip in April. While the couple smiled for cameras, eagle-eyed observers noted Camilla's subtle digs. At a pasta-making demonstration, she quipped, "Charles would burn water if he tried this." The crowd laughed, but Charles's tight smile suggested discomfort. These moments, small on their own, began to pile up. By mid-April, tabloids ran wild with headlines claiming Charles was fed up with Camilla's mocking attitude. One outlet even alleged he'd consulted lawyers about a potential divorce. Could this be true? Let's unpack the evidence, or lack thereof. First, the divorce rumors. No official statement from Buckingham Palace has confirmed any legal action. Historically, royal divorces are rare and messy. Think Charles and Diana in 1996 or Princess Anne's split in 1992. For Charles, now king, a divorce would be unprecedented. The Church of England, which he heads, frowns on divorce, though attitudes have softened since his mother's reign. Logistically, separating from Camilla would involve untangling titles, finances, and public perception. Camilla's role as queen, consort is ceremonial, but her influence is undeniable. Removing her could destabilize an already fragile monarchy. Yet, the whispers persist. A supposed friend of Charles told a British tabloid in March 2025 that he felt humiliated by Camilla's behavior, particularly her public jabs. Another source claimed Camilla was spending more time apart from Charles, retreating to Ray Mill or staying with friends. Their sleep divorce, separate bedrooms, a common practice among royals, was spun as evidence of estrangement. But is this fair? Separate bedrooms were also the norm for Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, whose marriage lasted 73 years. Independence doesn't always spell trouble. Camilla's defenders argue she's been misjudged. Her humor, often self-deprecating, is her way of coping with the pressures of royal life. At 77, she's navigated decades of public scorn, from the other woman to queen. Her eye rolls and quips could be signs of fatigue, not malice. Plus, Charles isn't blameless. His stubbornness, especially about his workload, has strained their dynamic. During the Italy trip, he packed 20 engagements into 4 days, leaving Camilla to keep up while battling jet lag and her own health concerns, including a recent bout of bronchitis. The public's role in this drama can't be ignored. Social media amplifies every gesture, turning fleeting moments into scandals. Posts from April 2025 show divided opinions. One user wrote, "Camilla's disrespect is blatant. Charles deserves better." Another countered, "She's human, not a robot. Let her breathe." The ghost of Diana looms large, too. Some still view Camilla as the villain of Charles's first marriage, quick to pounce on any perceived slight. This bias fuels narratives of her as disrespectful, even when evidence is thin. Let's consider the bigger picture. Charles's reign has been a balancing act, modernizing the monarchy while preserving tradition. Camilla has been his rock, stepping up during his illness and earning praise for her work with literacy and domestic abuse charities. Their 20-year marriage has weathered worse storms than a few snarky comments. So why the divorce talk now? Some speculate it's a distraction. With Prince Harry's ongoing security battles and Prince Andrew's lingering controversies, a royal split could shift focus from other issues. Others think it's simply tabloid fodder, capitalizing on Charles's vulnerability post-cancer. What about Camilla's perspective? She's no stranger to criticism, having endured years of vitriol as the mistress. Yet she's carved out a role that's both supportive and independent. Her patronages, over 90 from the National Literacy, Trust to Save Lives, show a commitment to causes she values. In Italy, she charmed locals, rolling pasta and sipping wine with ease. If she's clashing with Charles, it might reflect her desire for authenticity in a role that demands perfection. At her age, playing the dutiful consort 24/7 could feel stifling. The monarchy's future adds another layer. Prince William, next in line, has his own challenges: Kate's recovery from cancer, their young family, and a push for a leaner royal operation. A divorce between Charles and Camilla could complicate William's eventual ascension, raising questions about Camilla's status and role. Would she retain her title? Return to private life? The public's affection for William and Kate might soften the blow, but the optics would be tricky. Financially, a divorce would be complex. Camilla's wealth, tied to her late father's estate and her own investments, is modest compared to Charles's vast holdings, including the Duchy of Cornwall and private estates. A settlement could mirror Diana's $17 million payout in 1996, adjusted for inflation, but Camilla's age and status might limit demands. Still, the cost, both monetary and reputational, would be steep. Now let's address the disrespect head-on. Camilla's actions, eye rolls, quips, even her reported frustration, don't seem malicious in context. Charles's sensitivity, heightened by his health and the weight of the crown, may amplify these moments. Their marriage thrives on friendship, as Camilla herself has said. In a 2025 interview, she called Charles her best friend, emphasizing laughter as their glue. Friends describe them as opposites who balance each other: Charles, the serious idealist; Camilla, the grounded realist. If anything, her disrespect might be honesty, a refusal to coddle him at the expense of truth. But honesty cuts both ways. Charles's refusal to ease up despite his health frustrates those closest to him. Camilla's public comments, like her dream on quip when asked if Charles would slow down, reflect a spouse's concern, not contempt. Yet, in the royal fishbowl, perception is everything. What reads as banter to one viewer is betrayal to another. The monarchy's image hinges on unity, and any hint of discord invites speculation. Could divorce really be on the table? Legally, Charles could file citing irreconcilable differences as UK law allows, but the fallout would be immense. The public, already skeptical of the monarchy's relevance, might see it as indulgent chaos. Camilla's supporters would rally, pointing to her loyalty through years of scrutiny. Charles's health adds urgency. Would he risk such upheaval now? Unlikely, unless the rift is deeper than we know. Another angle, the role of advisors. Palace aides, known for shaping narratives, might exaggerate tensions to test public reaction. In 2024, leaks about Charles's frustration with Harry's lawsuits served a similar purpose, gauging sentiment. If divorce rumors are a trial balloon, they're backfiring, with polls showing 60% of Britons view Camilla favorably, a far cry from her 1990s nadir. Her work, especially on domestic violence, has softened critics, making a split less palatable. The Italy trip offers clues to their dynamic. Despite the gossip, Charles and Camilla appeared united, laughing with locals and signing a portrait with their regnal signatures, Charles R., Camilla R. Their meeting with Pope Francis, a highlight, showed mutual respect, with Camilla adhering to protocol in black attire. These moments suggest a couple navigating strain, not collapse. Anniversaries often bring reflection, and their 20th may have exposed fault lines, but divorce feels like a leap. What's driving the narrative, then? Media plays a big role. Tabloids thrive on royal dysfunction, and Charles's reign, stable, but not flashy, lacks the drama of his mother's era. Camilla, once a scapegoat, remains an easy target for clicks. X amplifies this, with hashtags like Foxyear Camilla disrespect trending briefly in March. But trends fade, and the palace rarely comments on speculation, letting rumors burn out. Let's zoom out. Marriages, royal or not, aren't perfect. Charles and Camilla's has endured because of compromise, her stepping into a role she never sought, him rebuilding trust after Diana. Their disrespect seems less about malice and more about two people, aging and human, grappling with extraordinary pressure. Charles's health, the monarchy's relevance, and a restless public create a crucible where every word is dissected. Could there be truth to the divorce buzz? Possibly, but evidence is scarce. No court filings, no public spats beyond mild moments, and no confirmation from credible sources. The palace's silence is telling. When Harry and Meghan stepped back in 2020, statements came swiftly. Here, it's crickets. That suggests either nothing's happening or any issues are private, handled behind gilded doors. Camilla's journey, from pariah to queen, shows resilience. She's faced worse than eye-roll controversies. Charles, too, has grown, learning from his past to value partnership over pride. Their marriage isn't a fairy tale, but it's real, built on shared history and mutual reliance. If they're fighting, it's likely the kind of fight couples have when life gets heavy, not a prelude to divorce. So, where does this leave us? The rumors swirl, but the truth is murkier. Camilla's disrespect seems overstated, a mix of misinterpreted moments and media hype. Charles, steadfast in duty, isn't the type to upend his reign over hurt feelings. Together, they've faced down scandals before: adultery, public hate, even a tampon tape. Divorce now, after all that? Hard to believe. Yet the story isn't over. Just last week, a new photo emerged from Balmoral, Charles and Camilla side by side, smiling at a church service. Was it a staged show of unity or genuine affection? The answer might lie in what happens next. A quiet summer at Sandringham? Or another bombshell to shake the throne? Only time will tell, but one thing's clear: the Crown's drama never sleeps.